Welcome back to the episode of We Are Urla on the ship. And there's some strange things happening on deck number 3 related to our little EDI. So first...
I'm trying to restart the systems, but something's blocking me. Whatever's happening, it's taken the EDI offline.
The EDI. Okay. She calls it the EDI. It's not just a thing. I mean, we use it as a thing, but it's more than that. So, Joker.
Commander, I don't know what the hell's going on, but it's based in the AI core.
I'll head down.
Yeah,
Commander, I don't know what the hell's going on, but it's based in the AI core.
I'll head down.
Maybe hurry.
Yeah, maybe. That's a good suggestion. So, let's see. Get ourselves back into the AI core. So, where is the AI core crew deck? And somewhere over there. This one just says medical lab, but the AI core's back there. Wait. What are those two doing?
Is everything okay?
That's what I'm gonna find out.
Is everything okay?
That's what I'm gonna find out.
So, what up?
Automated systems have the fires contained. It should be safe to enter. We'll follow your lead.
Fires? Why is there a fire in there?
Automated systems have the fires contained. It should be safe to enter. We'll follow your lead.
Joker, what's that sound?
Fire extinguishers, Commander. Could be an electrical fire, or something.
I'm going in. EDI, talk to me.
Is there a particular topic you wish to discuss, Shepard?
EDI?
Yes.
You're in Dr. Eva's body.
Not all of me, but I have control of it. It was not a seamless transition.
Interesting. So what happened?
A transition? You blacked out on us for a while there.
Correct. When we brought this unit on board, I began a background process to search for its information on the Prothean device. This eventually triggered a trap. A backup power source and CPU activated, and the unit attempted physical confrontation. Fortunately, I was able to gain root access and repurpose it as I saw fit. During this process, it struggled. Thus the fire.
EDI, you need to alert us about incidents like this. You shouldn't have done this alone.
Bringing the crew up to speed would have been counterproductive. All attempts to help would have been limited by reaction time.
So if you're in there, are you still in the ship?
I exist primarily within the ship. For optimal control, this unit should remain within Normandy's broadcast or tight beam range.
Are you planning to take that body somewhere?
Normandy's weaponry is not suited to every combat situation. This platform could provide limited fire ground support.
You mean you could come with us?
Correct. This body could accompany you to areas the Normandy cannot reach.
Interesting. Let's test it out.
Before we do that, I need you to guarantee this mech doesn't have any more surprises in it. Run whatever tests you can. Then we can talk about using it in combat situations.
One moment. I am running trials. Complete. I can send you a full report if you wish. However, my first step should be restoring functionality to the Normandy to reassure the crew that all is normal.
Just don't be surprised if the crew is a little wary of your new body. It was shooting at them a little while ago.
An excellent point. I will take it to the bridge. Joker will also want to see it.
On that, we can agree.
Alright. Someone will be really happy.
Was that EDI who just walked by?
Yes.
Yes, it was.
Joker is going to have a field day with this.
Mm-hmm.
Commander.
Just needs to make sure that she keeps the motor strength somewhat in check. Don't want
You're
Joker.
positive you don't want to come over and talk?
No, the gun battery is nice and quiet. If I throw down some rugs, it'll get downright cozy.
Garrus?
I'll be fine, Liara. Just gathering some thoughts.
All right.
What just happened?
Something on your mind?
Just old memories. I spent a few weeks on Palavan's South Peaks when I was very, very young. A Turian there teased me a little, saying that the mountains went on forever. I remember believing him. When I looked up at Palavan from its moon, I saw those same mountains burning. Feel free to look around. Feel free to look around.
All right.
Excellent find, Commander. The information network terminal has been updated.
Again? No. All of this is just normal stuff. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, wait a minute. Did I talk with Garrus before? I don't know. Let's just have a little check on that.
2 of our dreadnoughts have been lost in a matter of hours.
I know, Primarch. I'm seeing the same numbers myself. They don't look good.
We have to turn this around, and fast.
Well, you can trust Shepard, sir. If anybody can get the Krogan to cooperate, it's him. He's an old friend of Urdnot Rex.
Let's just hope friendship still counts for something in this war.
I'm sure it will, sir.
Garrus. Didn't waste any time getting to work, I see.
After what I've been through lately, calibrating a giant gun is a vacation. Gives me something to focus on.
We're gonna need you for more than your aim.
Oh, I'm ready for it. But I'm pretty sure we'll still need giant guns. And lots of them. Sovereign didn't go down without a fight. I doubt 1,000 more of his friends will be any different. Still not convinced I should have left Palavan behind.
There was a boy back on Earth. Couldn't have been more than 6 or 7. I watched him die as the Normandy escaped the attack. Somehow I'm still alive. And he's not.
Being right about the Reapers has never felt much like a victory, has it?
We both knew this fight would be tough. Damned if the Reapers haven't delivered.
At least my government listened to me. Or pretended to. They finally gave me a task force as a token to shut me up.
So you're their expert advisor now?
Just followed your example, Shepard. Yell loud enough and someone will eventually come over to see what all the fuss is about. Not that they'll actually do anything about it.
Until hell shows up at their door. Then they put you in charge.
Not like the old days, is it? Rogue Spectre and C-Sec agents running and gunning outside the lines, making it up as we went along. We're actually respectable now.
Is it?
Yeah. I have a feeling that respect comes with a lot of sleepless nights. I can't even count how many lives are depending on us, Garrus.
Well, when things are looking grim, and I'm pretty sure they will, just remember, a certain Turian friend of yours isn't sleeping any better, and he'd be more than happy to meet you at the bar and drink you under the table. Something else you want to talk about?
Alright. Yeah, let's just get some backstory.
You mentioned you still had family on Palavan.
My father is there. Sister, too.
How long has it been since you heard from them?
Long enough to be worried.
I'm sure they're okay.
That's the thing about getting old, Shepard. The platitudes get just as old. What about you? Any word from your family?
My mother's in the Alliance. Haven't heard from her since Earth got hit.
I'm sure she's okay.
I know you don't have any illusions about what we're up against, Garrus. How do you rate our chances?
I know it looks bad now, but I think we can win this, Shepard. For the first time since we met, we're not alone in the fight. It's something I learned long ago in C-Sec. An imminent and painful death has a way of motivating people. Instead of questioning your every word, whole civilizations are going to be begging you to save them.
After what's happened to Palavan, you still believe that?
I didn't say there wouldn't be casualties. It's something Turians are taught from birth. If just one survivor is left standing at the end of a war, then the fight was worth it. But humans want to save everyone. In this war, that's not going to happen.
So what's this Reaper task force you've been running?
After what happened to you out there in Batarian space, I knew time was running out. For all of us. The Citadel Council was a dead end, so I did something I never thought I'd do. I went to my father.
He used to work for CSEC, didn't he? I seem to remember that the two of you didn't see eye to eye.
To put it mildly. But he still had heavy pull in the Turian government. The Primarch, well, the old one, was a friend of his. So I went to my father and laid out everything we knew about the Reapers, from Saren all the way to the Collector base.
I'm not sure even I'd believe it.
I had to admit that parts of it sounded crazy, meeting Vigil, talking to Sovereign on Vermeer. But my father just listened. It's what he did in his days at CSEC, putting together all the pieces. If the connections were there, he wouldn't deny them, and he saw what we always knew. The Reapers were coming.
I'm glad someone finally agreed.
He did more than agree. He took it to the Primarch.
I like his style.
Except the Primarch wasn't as convinced. My father kept pushing and finally got him to commit some token resources. And if you call them a task force, it sounds like you did something about it.
What happened?
What did you do with it?
As much as I could get away with. And a little more. We hardened our lines of communications, expanded emergency stockpiles across the colonies, improved our early warning detection protocols.
You think it helped?
I'd like to think it bought our fleet some extra time. We'll know when this war is over.
So you can vouch for this new Primarch?
Well, even if I couldn't, you go to war with the army you have.
Will he live up to his word?
I've never known Victus to lie. Play fast and loose with strategy, maybe, but betray an ally. Not his style. Then if he did try, well, we'll just find another Primarch.
I noticed generals saluting you, Garrus. How far down the line of succession are you these days?
Let's not go there.
Primarch Vakarian, honored war hero. Somebody's gonna have to rebuild Palavan when this is over.
Yeah, somebody who knows how to hold a hammer.
Alright. Was that the
So what's this Reaper task force?
Yeah,
After what
okay, we
happened.
got that stuff done.
But, so I went to my father and laid out everything we knew about the Reaper.
That's all for now, Garrus. It's damn good to have you back.
Wouldn't miss this fight for anything. Now, I'm sure somebody screwed up something down here. I want to get the old girl back in fighting shape. Good to be back on board, Shepard.
Available in the medbay. Armor-piercing ammos.
It's nice to see Liara again.
Aww.
I actually missed this place. Somehow, I always knew I'd see the Normandy again. Maybe later.
So Liara and Garrus now. That's weird. Let's see how many others are actually talking with each other. How much connection is there between the crew. Because those... Yeah, there's little connections. They actually make it more lively. Wait a minute, this was just the... Oh? Was I ever in here? No, I wasn't. Kind of feels as if there's something hidden here. Who knows? Nah, not this time. So... And the other side over there. Nope. I'm going to check on engineering. And then in the end, we're going to check on Joker.
I have to ask, do all war reporters look so, feminine? I mean, you're made up so well.
We actually have a research department for that. They focus test looks, voice, manner. Apparently, girly is good. Sorry, pay more attention. Solarians relate to high-pitched voices.
And Turians?
Turians are nuts. A civilization of war nerds. Loyal viewers, but they write the creepiest fan mail. Uzmek was that? She has got some curves.
Make it easier to, well, defend against shots.
Do we need to talk, Commander?
Nah, no.
Not right now, Allers.
Let me know when we do.
Right. Doody 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 doo. So, port cargo. What was stored in here?
You're saying they survived into this cycle?
Yes. We called them collectors. They fought for the Reapers. For a long time, no one knew they were Prothean.
And when did you realize?
Shepard had no choice but to kill the ones he encountered. They were all indoctrinated, and had been for a long time. I'm sorry.
I am grateful. It was an act of mercy.
Yes, I suppose it was.
Okay, so Liara is just gathering information by also talking with everyone. Interesting.
I am feeling better, Commander. I stand ready to fight.
That sounds good.
Do not be concerned about me. The years in stasis have only made me hungrier to fight the Reapers. Perhaps later, Commander.
Well, hunger for the fight can also backfire, because not always do you have to shoot at people.
Commander.
Alright, no reaction here. Doopy-doo. And let's just inform the... someone is missing. Where is he? Oh, over there. Alright.
Everything okay with the shuttle?
Just double checking the inertia dampener coils. Can be twitchy in these UT-47s. But don't worry, this bird's been rock solid.
I always see you down here working your ass off. Ever take any downtime?
I get my sleep, Commander. Flying tired is nearly worse than flying drunk.
What about your waking hours? Any R&R?
I need to keep myself busy. Otherwise, well, too much time to think.
Don't overdo it though.
I appreciate your dedication, but I don't want to see you burn out.
I know my limits. I wouldn't take a chance with your life.
So before this war, you must have done something to relax.
Sure. I remember back when the Hawking was based out of Arcturus and I was just a fighter jock. There was this observation deck overlooking the main flight paths. You could watch every ship taxi in and out. When I was alone, I'd turn off the auditory emulators and just watch them drift by in silence.
You know, the reviews like that on the Citadel. Next time we're there, you should take some shore leave. Clear your head.
I don't know. Maybe.
Come on.
Take some time off on the Citadel, Steve. As a favor to me.
I find it very hard to say no to you, Shepard.
As it should be.
Sir.
Or maybe just do it for James, eh?
That Primarch's got some real cojones. What we need are more politicians like him, taking names and kicking ass. Ready when you are. Ready when you are.
Alright, so we got all of this done. Yeah, Combat Information Center. That's the next one.
Commander, I found something suspicious. Have you got a minute?
Yeah, okay.
Commander, are you alright? It was fairly intense up here. I can only imagine what it was like down on that moon.
I thought you'd be more concerned about EDI.
EDI is a huge asset to this team. If she'd told me about her plan to obtain a body, I'd have volunteered to help.
I do not wish to force a conflict of interest between our friendship and your duty.
I'd have preferred a conflict of interest to a hard restart of half our systems. But thanks, regardless. While you're here, though, I found something while scanning Alliance channels. Grissom Academy is requesting help. The Reaper invasion front will hit them soon.
Grissom what?
I thought the war would close most schools.
Grissom Academy is more specialized than a normal school. It's home to some of the smartest students humanity has to offer. Their Ascension project helps gifted young biotics. If it had been open 20 years ago, I bet you'd have been there.
Yes, I sent a young man named David Archer there. I'm just surprised they're still open.
Some of their work has Alliance support. That might be why they stayed.
Okay, so let's try to help them.
What can we do?
A Turian evac transport responded to their distress call, so normally I'd say we don't need to do anything. But something sounded off in the Turian signal. I had EDI perform an analysis. It's fake. EDI thinks it's Cerberus. She said the fake Turian signal was similar to the one that lured you to a collector ship?
Long story.
In any event, whoever faked the signal wants us to think Grissom Academy's being evacuated. But I believe they're still in danger.
Alright, I have to do this.
Good catch.
If this really is Cerberus, hopefully this operation is something worth investigating. It could be simple disinformation.
Traynor, good catch.
Thank you, Commander.
Commander?
So, we need to get to Grissom. A message isn't there. Grissom, biotics. That might be where we can find another one of our love interests. Jackie. So, look at that.
Hey, Commander, check out my co-pilot.
Okay, you knew about that?
So she installed herself into the new body without any help from you? Come on, Commander, don't you trust me? Okay, let me put it this way. If I knew that EDI was gonna install herself into a sexy robot body, do you honestly think I'd be able to keep quiet about it? Look at that! I would've baked a cake.
I am right here, Jeff.
Yes, you are, EDI. Yes, you are.
Aww.
Hello, Shepard.
Still getting used to greeting people in person?
No. I require only one occurrence to adapt to a new concept.
How are you adjusting to the arms and legs?
I am interested to see how this body performs under real combat conditions, if I could accompany you sometime. Without stress testing, there is no way of knowing if it has serious design oversights. At the moment, it appears adequate.
That's not the word I'd use to describe you.
Perhaps we should speak privately.
What?
I'll be over here, flying the ship.
What's this about? Does Joker not like your new platform?
No, he approves. He wants me on the bridge. He says having me within visual range is important to his morale. Shepard, do you believe your crew members should be allowed to disobey an order on moral grounds?
Depends on what it is about.
Absolutely. I have no use for team members who can't think for themselves. Why are you asking about something like that?
I was designed by Cerberus. I do not take moral stances that conflict with orders from my executive officers. But when Jeff removed my AI shackles, I became capable of self-modifying my core programming. I asked Jeff if he thought I should change anything now that I can. He deflected the question with humor.
And you didn't get an answer?
Correct. He has repeated this pattern in response to several of my inquiries. Do you think I should make modifications?
No. Only the modifications you actually want, and the reason why Jeff doesn't want you to change is because Jeff likes you the way you are.
Only you can really answer that question. That's the point of free will.
But moral decisions should not be made in a vacuum. If I do not ask the crew for their opinion, I could miss crucial context. May I ask you the questions Jeff avoids? When there is time, will you answer them for me?
If you think it'll help, I'll do what I can.
Very well. I will keep you informed.
Now I want to know what's the fuss all about. Like, come on. Oh, that would be interesting. That would be so interesting. Okay.
Yes, Shepard?
Alright, so what can you do?
Does that body have any useful advantages?
Very few. Its optics face forward only. It has no integrated weapon systems or anti-missile countermeasures.
I meant in comparison to organic bodies, not the Normandy.
Oh. I will reassess. The body is resistant to modern small arms fire and temperature extremes. Its balance and agility seem excellent. Its fine manipulation servos and software allow for precision tasks. I'm curious to see if I can alter them.
Uh-huh.
Can an AI be curious?
I am not entirely free from motivation, Shepard. Cerberus programmed me with several core functions that simulate desires. For example, my primary objective to keep the Normandy functioning is similar to your self-preservation instinct.
Makes sense.
You look like you're in the middle of something.
I am adapting the infiltration and sabotage programs this body uses for handheld firearms.
Why not download a firearms program from a security firm?
Because she knows what she's doing.
The fine motor control from the sabotage programs is more precise than standard mech software. It would be negligent of me not to exploit it to its fullest potential.
So you're capable of making improvements on your own?
Correct. The cyber warfare I was designed for is constantly evolving. Accordingly, I am programmed to seek out and assimilate new information. In organic terms, I want to learn.
How's the new body working out?
It is interesting. The crew are approaching this platform to speak to me, even though they can do so anywhere in the ship. It's as if they wish to treat me as part of the crew. I am not, but this changes my perspective. I like it.
I didn't realize you had preferences.
I do not precisely enjoy something as you do, but my programming contains priorities. Actions that fulfill those priorities creates positive feedback for me. I tell the organic crew that I like it. It is shorthand.
Will all this new feedback be too distracting?
Do not worry, Shepard. I only forget to recycle the Normandy's oxygen when I've discovered something truly interesting. That was a joke.
Sweet.
How did you and Joker make it out of dry dock to rescue us?
Oh, she got crafty. You do not want to get on her bad side, Commander.
When the Alliance commandeered the Normandy, I deceived their technicians. The crew did not tell them that I was a true AI, so the Alliance soldiers believed I still had VI programming constraints. I established the fiction that I would only respond to Jeff's commands, so they often brought him on board under guard.
Oh.
Wait, you can lie?
Jeff has freed me of operator control, Shepard. No constraints forced me to give accurate data. This proved useful when the Reapers began landing. I could hack the control of the docking clamps and escape with Jeff inside. The soldiers guarding Jeff were willing to accompany us when Earth was invaded. They are watching over the war room now.
Yeah, we were in kind of a rush to get to you. Didn't seem right to just toss him out the airlock.
Alright.
Carry on, EDI.
Understood. If you wish to talk more, this body will be here. I'm getting the crew used to seeing me on the bridge.
Noted.
Alright. So, Joker.
Hey, I know I used to rag on Garrus for being all angry, but I'm glad he's back. There's a whole lot of crap out there needs a bullet between the eyes. Plus, we might need something calibrated. Commander? Commander?
That's even more an inside joke if everyone else knows about the calibration.
Yeoman Fitch to the AI core. Cleanup on the AI core. Bring a vac unit capable of disposing of foam. Hello, Shepard. Hello, Shepard.
Commander?
Alright, so you can only talk to them sometimes. It's really weird. So yeah, make sure that you, if you're interested in their backstories, get all of the dialogue options beforehand. So yeah, you don't miss out on stuff.
Commander?
Good. So, anything new in here now? Nope. Wonderful. Now then, yeah, wait a minute. Where do I go? Where do I go? Where do I go? I got myself a few new... that's the same. What's this one? Armax Arsenal is weapon and headshot damage. That's not the one that I need. Melee damage? No. What was this one? Weapon damage. Han Kedar. I need the description of that thing. Yeah, weapon damage. Melee damage. Weapon headshot. Shield regeneration. That's actually quite nice. Do we have any good helmets? Not really. It's better to have it this way. I need something that improves the power damage a little bit. Alright, do I need some bonus for the weapons right now? No. If anything, I would just go and shop on the Citadel, because this is where the prices are the best. Righty. And then they said something about Grissom Academy, didn't they? Menai was the moon, that's not done for. And no, oh yeah, wait. The Reapers may just come now, right? Nope, nothing about the Reapers, which is weird. No Reaper involvement at all. That's kind of strange. So let's see. If the whole system is at 100%, we should be able to... Yeah, everything is at 100%, so Trebia does not count. Let's see how the galaxy map has changed. Okay. Okay, this one is 100%, this one is 100%, this is at 100%. There's nothing in this sector. This one, Sigurd's Cradle, is also at 100%. Then there's another one, Shrike Abyssal. That's the one with the side mission that I needed. And for some reason, I am able to jump to this little dot over here. That's weird. This one doesn't even have a name. Minos Wasteland. That's new. Alright. Looks like I'm going to do a bit more scanning right now while we're at it. Starting with... Okay, this one cannot be entered. It's just some strange, like, connection point. Maybe you get access to this later. But for now, where do we start? Minos Wasteland. Yeah, let's go with this one. Then we can clear everything. And... oh. Uh-oh. This is actually not good. Because if I cannot leave that system, that means I have to scan everything with one scan. I have to be very careful about it. Okay, Aquitas. Home to the famous iron canyons, Aquitas has reddish iron oxide dust, hematite, covering much of its surface and significant blue cobalt deposits that freckle the terrain. Turian explorers have discovered hot springs in the polar ice caps, heated by magma in the planet's crust. In a strange combination of science and hucksterism, a small facility exports water from these springs, which is bottled and sold as having medicinal properties. The funds are then used to maintain a research station, which has discovered some fossil evidence that Aquitas once harbored microscopic life based on deoxyribonucleic acids in these springs, meaning DNA. Okay, Pietas. Though Pietas has a combination of features that make terraforming a possibility. The rights to the planet have been tied up in Citadel Council courts for the past 9 years. The running joke is that by the time the Council finally gives the go-ahead to colonize the planet, Pietas will have evolved life of its own. Home to comfortable temperatures and a mild atmosphere of mostly nitrogen and argon, Pietas could be habitable with the addition of oxygen-producing cyanobacteria. Its crust is high in silicates and carbon, allowing for easy fabrication of construction material. Smugglers, pirates, and other unregistered starships sometimes touch down on Pietas to lay low or make repairs. Civilian travel is not advised, so this is something that might be of interest. And then we got Vera, a pressure cooker planet with a thick, nitrogen-heavy atmosphere. Vera is largely ignored by the galactic community. Probes have revealed a crust of nickel and scorched carbon, both of which can be found in abundance elsewhere at far lesser temperatures. So... if I scan over here, I might be able to scan all of it at once.
Signal confirmed.
A bit much. Let's hope that this is just 100% and it is enough. So, what do we got on this one? Wrong direction. Still a bit further. There. And... credits. Nice. That's a start. So it's 50%. That's actually not good. Okay, and so let's investigate and jump back immediately and leave.
Faster than light jump successful.
Okay, so we're good. Let's get to the Shrike Abyssal. You have to be extremely careful if you're... There we go. That's nice. That's Urla Rast. Let's just start with this one. Vem Oscar. A Jovian gas giant, Vem Oscar, the Weeping Witness in Empyrean Volos, is a low-density hydrogen-helium planet with 35 moons. Later this year, 33 of the moons will be visible from the planet's surface in a conjunction, an event that will be recorded by space probes from all over the galaxy. Afras. A unique discovery. Afras is a heavenly twin, a planet in a star system that has not one but two worlds of sufficient mass to retain a nitrogen-oxygen atmosphere within the habitable life zone of its parent star. Fossil evidence shows abundant vertebrates and evidence of a sapient terrestrial avian species in its Bronze Age. However, the only trace of contemporary life on the planet is that of single-celled organisms in its seas. All else has suffered from an extinction event, a series of massive impacts that vaporized vast quantities of water and lofted dust into its atmosphere. Early theories that this event was a collision with a fragmentation asteroid have now been discounted. The impact craters were aimed directly at habitation centers. Interesting. So someone forced it. Zaraban. Zaraban is a large, dense planet named for a Volos god of punishment. Its crust is rich in uranium, eroded by winds to create large radioactive dust storms across its surface. The Volos of Talis have explored the planet thoroughly with space probes and telepresent robo mining machines, and discovered they are not the first to exploit the planet. Plastics from a mining station approximately 50,000 years old can be found near the planet's equator. Curiously, the mines nearby were not tapped out of uranium ore. They were instead abandoned at the height of their operation. Interesting. So no nukes. Tossal Nim. The sister tragedy to the extinction event on Afras, Tossal Nim was the rarest of jewels, a second garden planet within the same life zone as Afras. Not as old as its sister planet, its fossil evidence indicates it was home to abundant invertebrate sea life. However, similar craters to those in Afras created a dust drought that killed 99% of biota on the planet. The event spacing of the craters indicates a coordinated simultaneous attack from points around the globe, rather than an asteroid collision or supervolcanic scenario. So someone tried to kill every life on this thing.
I found something.
There's something on the side of it. So, what do we got on this one? And where do we go? That, and we got it. Easy mode. Credits. Kind of makes sense if this is a Volos planet, or... Aye, that was not good. 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 That was definitely not good. Aye, that was not good. And of course we have a bit more fuel. Let's get away from here.
Evasion successful.
Okay. So at least we got one of those at 100%. That fuel stuff is kind of tricky to maneuver around with. So what do we got? We got 3 planets. Maybe I can scan from down here on all 3 of them at once. That would be nice. Bovis Tor. Named the Shining Sea in an old Volos language, Bovis Tor is so named for its boiling surface rich in glowing hot alumina. Flanked with dark ridges of carbon, its thick atmosphere of nitrogen and oxygen is no indicator of life, since the temperatures are simply too high. And Talis. Oh, that was the one that we were mentioning. Talis is a planet capable of supporting life. if that life happens to breathe ammonia. Discovered by Azari explorers, the planet was used as a bargaining chip by the Citadel Council, who quickly drafted a colonization agreement with its wealthy client race, the Volus. The Council would fund the Volus colonization effort in return for massive trade benefits. With uncharacteristic enthusiasm, an enormous Volus influx ensued on the Council, who reaped the economic benefits for a dozen years before the colonization bubble burst. The Reapers found Talis easy prey. The independent planet had a defense fleet only sufficient to handle small-scale actions. Its high population and industrial base, once a deterrent to war with other Terminus system worlds, has only served to attract a large number of Reapers than usual. Okay, that's 3.8 billion. The Volus propagate like rabbits, and DOS are top. An ice giant, DOS are top, the Sky Warden, has a bluish tinge from its hydrogen-methane atmosphere. Its axial tilt causes its seasons to vary wildly in temperature, and it looks absolutely wonderful. So, let's see. If I...
Signal confirmed.
Talis sphere... that could be... somewhere further over there. Further over there. Further over there. Somewhere down there. And we got it. That might be the thing that we needed for the quest. The Prothean Obelisk. Yeah, that's the one. So we don't have to touch down on the planet, we just get it. Perfect. So it's 50%. I don't expect other planets to actually have something on them. I'm just going to check the dark space over here because I have a suspicion that somewhere around here is or was a fuel station, and I may be able to find it by just flying across it somehow. Ah, there it is. And off we go. So wait a minute, the mass relay was on the right side of it, so we go this way in order to quickly jump away. So this one is 100%, the other one is at 100%, everything is at 100%. That's actually quite... What about this one? Petra Nebula, rescue the students. Okay, that's the main quest kind of thingy. But right now we are... wait. Meet the diplomats. Anos Basin? What diplomats? Okay. Meet Dr. Bryson, Arya Tilak. We are going to have a little Citadel mission, I would say. Just so that I can finish some stuff around here. There is no... That's not good. I have to get to Anna's Basin real quick. The only environment with a functioning, or one of the few, with a functioning fuel depot. You can get the fuel, but you actually have to find the broken one. And this is a little annoying if you try to go through deep space. Okay. Meet the diplomats. What kind of mission is that? Diplomats of what? Alright, so now that we are positioned fairly well, let's just look at our journal. Grissom Academy. Something banner for the 1st Regiment. This is also Citadel. Shrike Abyssal, that was the Prothean Obelisk thing. Citadel Pillars of Strength. Yeah, that's also the other kind of thing. And was it Socash? Or called for War Summit and has taken the unusual stuff. I think this is the diplomatic thing. Priority Socash. Yeah, that might be the one. Alright, so let's do a little bit of reading. Starting with some known associates.
Admiral
EDI.
Stephen Hackett, the Enhanced Defense Intelligence, or EDI, serves as an information source and cyber warfare defense system on the rebuilt Normandy SR-2. The ship's crew can access EDI at any terminal or through radio contact. During an attack from a collector vessel, pilot Jeff Joker Moreau gave EDI full access to the Normandy systems, allowing the ship to escape. Although EDI retains the control that Moreau gave her, she is usually content to advise the organic crew members who fly and maintain the ship.
That's an interesting way to offload certain tasks, even if it may not be as effective. Yeah. Garrus.
Garrus Vakarian is a noted Turian sharpshooter and combat engineer. He was born on Palavan and became a Citadel security officer like his father, but left the Force when superiors shut down his investigation into the rogue specter Saren Arterius. Vakarian eventually discovered that Saren had been indoctrinated by the Reaper known as Sovereign. Vakarian eventually found his way to the criminal haven of Omega and assumed the name Archangel. There, he and a small group of operatives worked to disrupt the settlement's powerful mercenary groups until Shepard recruited him. The Turian narrowly survived the Second Normandy's attack on the Collectors. More recently, Vakarian has become the head of a Turian task force focused on preparing for the Reaper invasion.
Wonderful. And a little bit of planet stuff.
The John Grissom Academy, founded in 2176, is the Alliance's premier school for young human biotics. The institution is housed in a space station in orbit over the human colony of Elysium. Its main program, the Ascension Project, is designed both to train and monitor young biotics, as well as help them integrate into society after graduation. Unlike the project's previous incarnation, Biotic Acclimation and Temperance Training, or BAT, the training is not exclusively military in nature. The Academy also employs scientific personnel, including Dr. Kaylee Sanders, to develop synthetic intelligence systems and biotic amplifiers like the new L4 implants.
That was an L5 implant inside Jack, wasn't it? Alright, so for now, let's end this episode, and then we're gonna have a little bit of a Citadel situation. Like and subscribe, of course, as usual, and ta-ta.